Meet Aisha, a dog who was found in a village being chained to a small wooden house. Upon taking a closer look at her, Aisha's condition was heartbreaking. Her fur was matted, her body visibly frail, and her movements subdued, as though she had learned not to expect kindness. It was clear she had been neglected for some time. The rescuer's heart sank at the sight of her, but there was no time for despair. Without hesitation, they removed the heavy chain around Aisha's neck, gently guiding her into the car. For the first time in what seemed like ages, Aisha was free from the cold, unyielding restraint. Would Aisha be able to make a full recovery? Be sure to keep watching. The journey to the hospital was quiet, with Aisha resting her weary head on the seat, her eyes closing intermittently as if finally allowing herself a moment of peace. Upon arrival, the medical team sprang into action, conducting a thorough examination and running tests. Aisha's demeanor during the ordeal was remarkable. She remained calm and humble, as though she understood these strangers were there to help her. The results, however, were sobering. Aisha was suffering from severe anemia. Her iron levels were alarmingly low. Malnutrition was evident, and her skin bore signs of underlying issues that required immediate attention. Despite her critical state, there was hope. The medical team prescribed a plan of care, but first, Aisha needed to stabilize before undergoing more intensive treatment. She was sent home with her rescuer, who was instructed to provide a chlorhexidine bath to address her skin and ensure she received nutritious meals to rebuild her strength. Back at her rescuer's home, Aisha's journey of recovery began. The first bath was a delicate process. The rescuer gently washed away the grime and treated her skin with the antiseptic solution. Aisha stood still, her trust evident despite all she had endured. After the bath, she curled up in a soft blanket, her body finally allowed to rest. Exhaustion overtook her, and she slept deeply, only waking when hunger stirred her. Understanding the gravity of her condition, the rescuer took every measure to make Aisha comfortable. They prepared nutritious meals, ensuring she ate regularly to combat the effects of malnutrition. A warm, cozy corner was designated for her, complete with a soft bed and toys to provide stimulation. While Aisha showed little interest in playing at first, she began to respond to the consistent care and affection she received. In the days that followed, Aisha's routine included regular walks and short trips with her rescuer. These outings were not only for fresh air, but also to help her regain strength and trust in the world around her. The rescuer's dedication was unwavering, and Aisha began to show signs of improvement. Her appetite increased, her energy slowly returned, and her once dull eyes started to glimmer with curiosity. 2 weeks later, it was time for a follow-up at the clinic. Aisha's rescuer brought her back for another round of tests and an in-depth examination of her skin condition. The results were encouraging. While she still had a long road ahead, her condition was steadily improving. The medical team adjusted her treatment plan, and Aisha's skin began to show signs of healing under their care. As the weeks turned into months, Aisha's transformation was nothing short of miraculous. She became a regular visitor at the clinic, each visit marking another milestone in her recovery. Her skin condition, which had once seemed insurmountable, continued to improve with consistent treatment. Her rescuer's home became her sanctuary, a place where she learned the joys of a loving environment. Aisha's days were now filled with small but meaningful adventures. She often accompanied her rescuer on trips, her tail wagging in excitement as they explored new surroundings. These outings were a testament to her resilience and the bond she had formed with her rescuer. The once timid dog now walked with a confidence that reflected her journey from despair to hope. Throughout her recovery, Aisha maintained a gentle and affectionate demeanor. She seemed to understand the efforts being made to save her life and responded with quiet gratitude. Her rescuer marveled at her resilience and the way she had embraced her second chance at life. Aisha's story was no longer one of neglect, but of transformation, a testament to the power of love and perseverance. As her physical health improved, so did her spirit. Aisha's once worn-out body now carried her with grace and strength. Her fur grew back, soft and shiny, a symbol of her restored vitality. Her eyes, once clouded with pain, now sparkled with the joy of living. She had come a long way from the blue shed where her story began. Aisha's rescuer continued to document her journey, sharing her story to inspire others to take action for animals in need. Aisha's transformation was a reminder that even the most desperate cases could be turned around with compassion and dedication. Her story touched the hearts of many, becoming a beacon of hope for countless other animals awaiting their chance at a better life. By the end of her treatment, Aisha was unrecognizable from the frail chained dog she once was. Her recovery was not just a testament to the medical care she received, but also to the love and patience of her rescuer. Aisha's story was one of triumph over adversity, a journey from abandonment to a life filled with love and care. Aisha's story is a powerful testament to the transformative power of love, care, and resilience. Her journey from being a neglected dog, chained to a wooden shed, to a thriving, happy companion, is deeply inspiring and serves as a reminder of the profound difference that compassion can make. From the moment her rescuer found her, it was clear Aisha was in dire need of help. The conditions she endured were heartbreaking, chained, malnourished, and suffering from severe anemia. Yet, even in her fragile state, Aisha demonstrated a quiet strength and trust that hinted at her potential to overcome her hardships. The rescuer's decision to act swiftly and remove her from those dire circumstances marked the beginning of a new chapter in Aisha's life. The dedication shown by her rescuer was unwavering. They not only ensured she received immediate medical attention, but also provided a nurturing environment for her recovery. Each step of Aisha's rehabilitation, soothing chlorhexidine baths, carefully prepared meals, and regular checkups at the clinic, played a crucial role in her healing process. These small but consistent acts of kindness transformed her from a timid, exhausted dog into a vibrant, spirited companion. Aisha's resilience is truly remarkable. Despite her suffering, she remained calm and cooperative during her medical examinations, as if she understood she was finally safe. This gentle demeanor earned her the affection of everyone who met her. It's a reminder that animals, even in their most vulnerable moments, have an incredible capacity for trust and forgiveness when shown genuine care. The transformation Aisha underwent is nothing short of miraculous. Her recovery was not only physical, but emotional as well. The joy she exhibited on trips with her rescuer, the sparkle that returned to her eyes, and her newfound confidence all reflected the healing power of love and stability. She went from surviving to truly living, a change that would not have been possible without her rescuer's tireless efforts. Aisha's story also underscores the importance of taking action. Her journey could have ended tragically had her rescuer not intervened. Instead, she became a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even the most neglected and fragile lives can flourish with the right care. Her story is a call to action for others to help animals in need and to recognize the value of giving second chances. Today, Aisha stands as a symbol of hope and resilience. Her story reminds us that every life is worth saving and that compassion can create miracles. Sharing her journey not only honors her incredible recovery, but also inspires others to extend kindness to animals in need, proving that together we can change lives, one rescue at a time. She continues to thrive, her days filled with happiness and contentment. She remains a symbol of resilience and the incredible impact that kindness can have on a life. Her journey serves as a powerful example that every animal deserves a chance. And with the right care and compassion, miracles are possible. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving us a like, tell us what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.